Hello everyone and welcome back to WolfQuest, The Lost Tales, and we are here with Boulder and Pebble, and they are currently in Slough Creek, and we're actually going to be heading off to Saddle Meadows Den here because that's part of Boulder's challenge. Oh, that's just a log. I was like, what is that on the ground there? But he has exactly 1,000 experience points apparently, and we're going to have to do our winter hunting. So I've been asking you guys recently what you think about the montages, and it sounds like a lot of you guys do like them, but I'm going to go ahead and kind of give a comparison in this episode, and then for whatever you guys decide based off this and based off the previous episodes, next time we'll be going back to that, but I'm going to just see what it's like to do one playthrough where we don't have, where we don't do the montage, where we just do all the hunting on camera. So we'll see how that goes, we'll see if it's feasible, we'll see how long it takes. And if you guys don't like it, then we'll go back to the other way for the next time we have a full playthrough. If you guys do like it, then we'll probably keep doing this then. But first things first, we've got to get up here and get to the den here and claim the den, because that's the first part of it. Oh, there's a fox up here. Hello, fox. We'll leave him alone. There's not anything we really need to do with him here. He's not bothering anybody. He's not eating our food or anything, so we'll leave him alone. But we will make this our den, and then we're going to run down and hunt. I'm going to try and go through this as fast as possible, because sometimes the hunting takes a while. And so we'll kind of just go through it. And it is nice to have a chance to do the hunting on camera entirely, because we don't really get to see that a lot of the time. Most of the time it's we don't actually show the hunting because we end up montaging it. What am I hearing? Is it just the fox? I think it's just the fox that I'm hearing, but the elk are down here by the looks of it, and I think I don't see the ravens. Uh-oh, I saw the scent trail, and then I lost the scent trail. So if we see the ravens in the sky, then that'll tell us where the herd is. Oh, there they are. Okay, so we see right up ahead. So sometimes you can hunt kind of without using the scent view, and some of you guys have actually suggested we do a challenge that involves not using scent view at all, and I think that's a pretty cool idea. We might have to do something like that at some point. We do have a lot of wolves left who we haven't decided a challenge for, so what I generally will do, though, is I'll try and herd the elk, because it's easier if you can kill them all in a specific location. So if we want to go closer to the den here, then we'll start attacking like this. Oh, I didn't want to swim. I wanted to run up here and just be able to keep attacking. And some of you guys suggested that we bite hold. Ooh, that's hard to control though. And the difference between that is in the normal way we do it, I think what you guys are saying is that you tend to lose less health when you bite hold, but at the same time, I feel like you lose more stamina, and it takes longer to recover from in the long run, and it's a lot harder to get the elk where you want them to be by the looks of it. So, yeah, I think I'll probably stick to the normal method that I use, where we don't bite hold. I think, oh, there we go. I think that works a little bit better, it seems like. And so let's go ahead and we'll eat, and then we'll head down here and keep hunting. So it's just going to be very back and forth like that. We're going to try to get as much of this done as possible, and if it goes too long, then I expect we'll kind of just, we'll redo, or what happened to the herd? Did it actually despawn? No, they just went down that way. Okay, they're actually moving closer to where we want them to go, down that way. For the journey hunting, so that's kind of interesting to see. But yeah, so what we're gonna do is we'll just try to pick out the, well, we'll try and get one of these elk, I guess, because the other ones are all running away and getting stuck in the creek. I want them to kind of get across before we have to deal with that, or apparently not. Apparently she's just gonna run right into the creek as well and get stuck. Great. Oh, don't, Pebble, don't go after her while she's in the water. That's not what we want. Okay, yeah, this was a bad idea. I see that in hindsight. It's not very efficient to go through the water like this. Has she gotten out? She is getting out. Okay, so if we swim across here, it's so wide. Okay, as long as we cut her off, then we should be good. Let's put name tags on so we can see where Pebble is more easily, and then we'll chase her down. I'm actually going to steer her this way so we don't have to go back through the creek, and we'll just run along this area here, and we'll see. So we definitely need to make sure we take the traditional route. No, don't do that. No, don't attack her. Alright, I'm just gonna do this and hopefully... Nope, Pebble's smart. Pebble's gonna figure out a way to do it anyway. Alright, we're gonna have to stop and we'll let her get distracted howling there. And then we'll go through this boulder field. This is not... Hey! This is not where I wanted to end up. No, go past the boulders. We'll probably try and... Oh, Pebble! Pebble, you're not supposed to stop, Pebble. Oh, she's gonna go in the water. Okay. This is a little bit of a disaster. This is, believe it or not, more eventful than most of the hunts that I've done off camera. Most of the ones that I've done off camera go very smoothly, so this is a little bit uncharacteristic. I do not want to chase her any... No! Okay, no, stop it. Okay, we'll let her go across then. Do not... Oh my goodness, she's gonna bring her down in the water. Okay, no, if we do it right on the shore here, that'll be okay. Right over here. One more bite. Okay, that works. This will be right about where we need to cross. Oh, I didn't even get a bite in. So that was a little bit more eventful than I thought it was going to be. Maybe not the smartest thing to do. We might have to find a better tactic for the future here. So the elk herd looks like they are kind of coming out on the shore here, though. So that might be good. If they're already heading in the direction we need them to go, then we'll try and keep pushing them that way. But it may not be easy. So hopefully, it looks like they're moving along. Well, no, this one's on this side. Okay. This one in particular is running towards us here, so that's actually really handy. The others have kind of moved off in a different direction. They do seem to try and stay together in most cases, but not in all cases. Oh, and now... Oh, Pebble is going to help us. Okay. For a minute there, I thought she wasn't going to even help. But let's see if we can get you just to go across here. And we'll probably try and bring her... No, Pebble, just wait. We'll probably try and bring her across, though, to the other... Oops, I went the wrong way, darn it. To the area right by the rendezvous site. Now, this is one thing I'm hoping will change with WolfQuest 3. I'm hoping that we actually won't... Well, I'm hoping that herding elk will become kind of an obsolete thing. Now, some of you guys are probably going, well, Jay, isn't it a good thing to be able to herd the elk? Well, yes and no. And I don't think most wolves would really herd elk, not in the same way that we're doing here. Oh my goodness, and this is causing lag too. Alright, go on, keep running. Keep running, there we go. But I don't think most wolves would be consciously herding the elk as much as we are here. And I'm not only hoping that we won't really... I'm not just hoping that we won't be able to herd the elk, I'm hoping we won't need to. I'm hoping the game will be a little bit more organic in kind of adjusting to where the elk may fall where it falls, but we'll be able to adapt to that. Because right now, if you end up with a carcass that's really far away, then that's it. There's nothing you can do to change that. It doesn't really do much good, basically. Don't do it, Pebble. We gotta get her a little closer. But in the new version, we do know we'll be able to carry food, at the very least. And I'm hoping the game will adapt a little bit to just kind of what may happen along the way, rather than it being this really specific thing where if we don't hunt for food, if we don't do this winter hunting, there's absolutely no way we'd be able to make it on Bring It On. We would die. There's just an absolute guarantee of that, pretty much. I don't think there's any way we'd actually be able to survive if we didn't do this winter hunting. We would lose all of our pups, and it would happen very, very quickly, and it wouldn't be a good thing. You guys have seen how fast their health goes down and how sometimes it's difficult to even make it from one carcass to another. There's a coyote eating our food. Hey, that's not for you. Excuse me, look at him. Oh, he's seeing how much he can eat of it too. Did you eat almost that whole carcass? Or is this a new one? Oh my goodness. Was that our carcass? I don't know if that was ours or if we had one just on the other side of that ridge. Oh my goodness. No, we're gonna kill this coyote because he's stealing our food. Oh my goodness. Alright, was that the carcass we just brought down? Please tell me it wasn't. Oh, please tell me it wasn't. Yeah, it was. Look how much he ate. There's nothing left. Oh, that stinks. Oh my goodness, we worked so hard to bring that down too. Oh my goodness. This is a remarkably bad hunt. This is a lot worse than what normally happens when I try and do hunting. This has been very, very difficult and very, very bad. Let's see if we can find the other elk, too. It looks like they may have despawned. Oh, I can't believe that. How long was he there eating the carcass? He must have been there for a long time. The thing is, too, like, there's no fullness meter for coyotes. They'll literally just keep eating and eating and eating and eating until they've eaten everything in this, as far as I'm aware. I've never seen a coyote actually stop eating. And so I think with this... Oh, no, that wasn't the... No, the other carcass we brought down across. Okay, that wasn't. I was just like... I was so upset for a minute there. No, we have a different carcass. That's the one that we had originally. Okay. But yeah, with the coyotes, I think they will just keep eating until they consume everything that they have, or everything that they have available to them, basically. And so hopefully in the next version, you'll see animals reacting a little bit more to their needs. And so if a coyote's not full, maybe it'll be less, or if it's not hungry, maybe it'll be less likely to bother us or whatnot, versus here, they're basically always going to bother us. Pebble, you are not very good at this. You're not very helpful. You're causing some problems here. Let's keep going. We've got to make sure we get enough carcasses along this path here so that we don't have problems. I think we need at least 2 on the other side, if not 3, because we're definitely going to have to refill on pup food after we cross the creek. Thankfully, this den has an easier crossing than the one at Bison Peak. At Bison Peak, you actually have to go across the creek twice, and it just takes a lot longer, and it's a lot more dangerous than this crossing, where you have to just go across one time. Now, with that said, the old crossing route that we used to use at the very beginning, that Terrell actually taught us a different way of doing, is a lot worse off, because we ended up crossing back at the other shallow part, not this one, the other one that's closer to the den, and that causes the mate to try and cross at this one, and you end up getting split up, and it goes badly very, very quickly. So, did that carcass? No, that carcass hasn't died. I'm probably going to eat from that carcass once we're over here. Alright, Pebble, you are not to... No, you're not to try and eat... You're not trying to attack the elk in the water. That's not going to go well. We're going to lose the carcass if you do that. Alright, we've got to turn the elk. There we go. And probably... Oops. Just a little bit further ahead. Alright, something like... A little bit further, maybe. Little bit further, I think. So if we do something like right here, yeah, that'll be good. And then we can put one on the other side there. And that's maybe a little too close together, but I'd rather have it be too close than too far apart. Now, I'm going to go back to this carcass and finish it off to heal up, and then we'll go keep hunting. And we shall see. So this might be a little bit of a long episode. This is often why I will do a montage to deal with the hunting, because it takes a long time to actually hunt all the elk that we need, and then that pushes everything back. But we tend to get through the raising pups part pretty quickly from what we've been, at least from our past few playthroughs. And so I kind of just want to see how it works out. Oh, it looks like the elk are actually once again moving in the direction that we wanted to see them go. They're actually headed up towards the den in many cases, and headed this way in others. So that's a pretty good thing. That's definitely what we want to see. The bull elk is over here, but we're not really interested in him at the moment. We just want to deal with the females. And you can see that a lot of the time they do try and stay together. Now, I did see one that kind of got isolated. Yeah, right off here. Alright, she's heading this way, so we'll probably actually chase her up to the den area. Or maybe, no, we can turn her around and chase her and have her go back this way. So we'll try and get her on the other side of the creek, I think. Right at the edge of the crossing, so that we don't have to worry about not having enough food on the other side. Because we want to make sure that we're going to be able to refill our pups' health after that, so they're not just going to be really weak when we first get out of there. But yeah, I'm definitely hoping this system will get reworked in WolfQuest 3, because currently it's kind of, I don't want to say clunky, but it is kind of clunky. It's a good system, it's a functional system, but with the tools that we have available to us now, what we've seen is possible. It's not a great system, and with the way WolfQuest is heading, they're pushing the limits of what's possible. They're pushing the limits of what they can do, and they're going to be taking new steps that we've never seen them take before. And I think with that in mind, it's high time that this had a rework, because although the system works, and although it's not necessarily a terrible system, it could be so much better. And it's certainly not really a realistic system, and so in the interest of realism, I'm hoping they rework quite a lot here. Alright, she's trying to head back to her herd. I'm going to back off momentarily, because we need to get our stamina back, and then we should be able to just bring her down quickly here. Alright, there we go. And we should be able to finish her off pretty fast. Yeah, not too much trouble there. So that's where the bite holding really is helpful, because you can do a lot of damage quickly if you need to, and if you don't have long to run, then that can help. So that's when the bite holding can really be very helpful, but for the most part, I tend to just rely on the run and bite system. I've just found that seems to work a little bit better. So the elk seem to have headed off into the hills. Now I don't... Oh, there's the bullock. He came all the way out over here. So the other elk still are in the other direction. He's stuck here. We're just going to leave him swimming for the time being, because there's really not any reason to do otherwise. He's trying to move away from us there, it looks like, but there's really not any reason to have to do otherwise. And so I think if we just come over here, then we should be able to find the elk that were over here. Now, I don't know where they went. They seemed like they had gone pretty far, and so hopefully they didn't just disappear into this back country here. This is also what's kind of a pain about the elk spawning system, is that they don't really spawn and despawn properly when you chase them a long way from their original spawn point. They end up kind of getting, they wander halfway across the map in a lot of cases. I haven't been in this back area for quite some time. Is that them up ahead? No, that's just trees. I'm looking for scents, too. If I had to guess, oh, you are going down. You and all your kind have caused nothing but trouble for us. So, let's see here. Alright. I may just opt to finish this hunt off camera because it is taking longer than I thought. This is why I don't like hunting on camera in a lot of cases, but this is kind of, hopefully you wouldn't be looking at something this complicated, but in some cases you might. So, there's gotta be elk around here somewhere. Oh, they went up this hill. Okay, they're right here. Okay, so, you are not gonna run. Oh, you are stuck against the wall. Who's gonna run? Who's gonna run? This one's gonna run. Okay, so they wandered right up this hill. This is not where I was expecting them to be, but it kind of works out. Alright, let's just chase you down the cliffs. We're gonna hunt along the way here, I think. And, so we want to be down in this peninsula area when she goes down, because that'll be the best place to bring her down, I think. So let's just run right down here. This is not where I'm used to hunting elk, oh my goodness. Let's see. But yeah, because this is Bring It On too, it makes it even more difficult to do this hunting legitimately on camera, because you have to hunt so much. So for pretty easy, it's a lot easier, or even for challenging, but arduous and Bring It On is when it gets really difficult. So that's another option too. We could compromise by doing full hunts for pretty easy and challenging, and then montage the hunts for arduous and Bring It On, if you guys do want to see kind of a blend of that. I just want to put the options out there, because when I started doing the hunting montage system, it was very early on, and the channel has changed so much and grown so much in that time that I want to make sure that's still what everybody is wanting to see. So we'll finish killing some of these elk, but I think I'll probably honestly, I think I'm just going to go ahead and pause here, and we'll continue off camera, and then we'll be back when it's time for us to mark the territory and have pups. So this is kind of what you might expect to see if we do decide to do things this way. So you have to let me know what you guys think, if you do like this more, or if you do want to see the montages again. So yeah, go ahead and let me know what you think of that, and I will see you guys in a little bit once we have finished with hunting. Alright, so I finished off the hunting here. We have quite a few carcasses, and I think we should be good. It did end up taking quite a while, so I'm glad I ended up doing it off camera. But that's kind of what we're looking at. And so I think we still will keep doing montages for sure for Bring It On and for Arduous. But if you guys want to see some of our pretty easy challenges or our challenging challenges where we actually play through the hunting, then we might be able to do that. We'll just have to see. So, yeah, so that's kind of what it would look like if we do the hunting. And again, I am hoping that this is something that will change with the coming version. I'm hoping it'll be a little bit more organic in that you'll be able to hunt as you play and not have to do it all at once, because there's no way we would have time to hunt. Like, it would be impossible. We would lose all the pups, there's no question about it, and we wouldn't be able to make it on the journey if we had to, not hunt in the winter time. There's just no questions asked. We would not be able to do it. We've been able to I think we did one time, I think it was Kalara's challenge, where we didn't winter hunt at all and had to do it while we had pups, and we were able to do that then. But if we had started out on the journey when we had pups, there would have just been no way. And so that's something I am hoping that they will change, because while this hunting system does work, and while it's not a bad system necessarily, it's not as good as it could be. And I think they're realizing that, and now that they have better resources at their disposal, they're taking the steps to make it even better and to go the extra mile there and take what's been a good game and make it a truly great game. So here we go. So we have 1 female and 3 males, and I actually have picked out names for them. So the female is going to be Crystal, and the males are going to be Branch and Granite and Jasper. So these are all named after very natural and in many cases rocky type materials. And so here we are. They all look about the same. Actually, Jasper... Does Jasper look different? No, I think they all look about the same. Okay, so first things first, we need to go get food immediately because this is Bring It On and we're not going to have the chance to do it later. We just need to focus on doing it now, and then we got to keep that territory up so the stranger wolves don't show their faces around here, because that's not something that we have to, or that we want to have to deal with here. Yes, I know they're getting hungry. That's why we're getting food right now. And then we've got to actually make sure we go feed them. So, one thing I did learn through doing Bring It On with Ajax last time is that the pup's health, the coloration is scaled in such a way that it looks worse than it actually is. And that's probably a good thing, because then it encourages people to not just linger around and waste time. But, it does mean that we do have a little bit more time than we typically think we do before they actually die. And so that's a good thing, but at the same time, watching those paw prints get whiter is always scary and not something we want to be messing around with. We don't want to be taking any chances now. I'm doing the howling a little further away. I don't think predators spawn until you get to the Defend Your Den mission, but just in case, I'm kind of trying to do some howling as we mark the territory here. Hopefully that'll help out, and then we can make sure we use that to keep marking the territory. Now, howling seems to be really inefficient, and so that's not so great. Although I think maybe it does 1 point in each section of the territory, and the others were already full. So these guys are actually pretty hungry, or fairly hungry. I mean, they're not terribly, terribly hungry, but they're fairly hungry. And so we want to make sure we feed them as soon as possible here. There are a lot of birds that seem to be having a bit of a problem sitting on the den there momentarily. Oh my goodness. So I'm going to feed them just before we finish off, and we'll make sure we get their food up as much as possible, and then we will go ahead and finish play bowing and get their pack affinity all the way up so that they shouldn't wander off as we're trying to chase off predators. Now, I believe we have to chase off 9 predators in total. I'm pretty sure that's what this is. Okay, guys, don't get too far from the den. I'm a little worried, and I don't know why it's lagging a bit right now. It's just deciding to be a little slow. Now I think, nope, we gotta go a little further to get the pack affinity up. There we go. Alright, keep watch. I'm actually going to let these guys go back in the den, and we'll run off over here, get some more food, and then we're basically going to have to just start defending the den right off the bat there. We don't have time to linger. I'm going to go to one of the further carcasses and make sure we use those up first so that we have the closer ones at our convenience, just in case we end up pressed for time. It's generally a good practice to make sure that we have the further carcasses, that we eat those first so that we don't have to waste what could end up being precious seconds trying to get out to one in a tight situation. So we'll go ahead and we'll mark the territory here and just keep that a little bit up. And then we're approaching from a pretty bad angle. I don't really like coming up the slope like this, but we are kind of just, okay, oh, it's a bear, okay. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna bite and bite and bite. There we go. Just in the nick of time, too. We were about to see that bear take a swipe at us, so we just barely avoided getting hit there. So that's one predator down, and I think like 8 more to go. So we gotta get started on this. We probably won't finish it this episode. I'm not gonna go too much longer because we already had a pretty lengthy beginning, but we'll go a little bit more. Maybe we'll try and chase off 2 more predators if we can, unless we end up getting a cougar, in which case who knows what'll happen, and we'll start in on it next time. So we'll go ahead and we'll eat. And again, I'm going to some of the farther carcasses here so that hopefully we don't end up having issues with them. We'll make sure we mark the territory, and I think, so I don't know what percentage the territory is at currently, but I think it goes up by quite a lot if you howl, because I believe howling puts 1 point into all of it. And at least I think that's what happens. So let's see where the predator is. Not if, but where, because there's going to be one. You know there's going to be one. Yep, it's a coyote, and it's up on that hill. I think that's a coyote. That is a coyote, okay. For a second there I was like, is it a coyote or is it a cougar? But it is in fact a coyote. So, that's good for us at least. So this will be predator number 2. And we'll have 7 left to go, and we'll feed the pups, we'll go back, we'll get more food, and we'll repeat the whole process again. And this is basically going to be the entire playthrough. We're just going to be running back and forth constantly. There's really no time to... Right, really? Really? Okay, did it leave? Oh, I see it. Do not land in the den. Oh, I hate that. Oh, I'm not used to having them at the den here. I don't like it. I don't like it when they're here. Oh my goodness. And sometimes they land inside the den and there's nothing you can do. That's scary. Yeah, that's scary. I forgot they can do that on Bring It On. You usually think of the eagles as being a journey predator, but not so on Bring It On. On Bring It On, they can appear at any time. So, and I believe Bring It On is the only difficulty they can do that. I don't think they do that on Arduous. But we're actually going to go ahead and wrap up this episode here for today because it is about that time again. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed the episode. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you guys next time. But until then, this is Jay, over and out.